Today we are looking at one of the probably most powerful consortia in the world of quantum. And if you want to learn more about that and what this kind of hidden consortium is actually doing, then you're absolutely right to today's video. So make sure to get yourself something to drink and let's get ready to dive right into QEDC. And with that, let's go right into the website. So here we are on the website of the QEDC. It says the Quantum Economic Development Consortium, a collective voice for the global quantum industry. And then it goes on to say the Quantum Economic Development Consortium, QEDC, is the world's premier association of pioneers in the quantum technology marketplace. Members of the QEDC enable the real-world application of quantum technology and in turn grow a robust commercial industry and supply chain. And then the call to action to join them. So, the future of quantum is now. Learn more with QEDC's exclusive resources, and then there's some press releases linked here, a marketplace where you can probably find the suppliers and partners, and then also some reports linked here. So, now, what else do we find here? So here we find a quote from somebody at Accenture. It says the consortium's members are at the top of the quantum field and work hard collaboratively to make significant contributions to ecosystem. Okay. Fuel the future of quantum with QEDC, the world's largest quantum consortium. And then here you can see the member list, the Quantum Business Edge. So access exclusive resources for scaling up your quantum business, and then find funding for quantum related projects, explore funding opportunities. So it is not only a network of people or organizations, companies in the space of quantum technology, it also offers, let's say, ecosystem access on the one side, of course, related to funding if you are a startup, but then also on the business side in terms of like scaling up, probably also working with each other, because we have seen already within the hidden champions that, of course, this ecosystem is pretty interwoven. Everyone is kind of working with each other. You have, let's say, companies that are more down in the supply chain that are building the fundamental components, and upper ones that are more like integrating components into systems. Then down here we see another two quotes. It says from probably members of this consortium, QEDC has allowed to be become much more knowledgeable regarding quantum and its potential impact. And then QEDC has enabled us to identify and keep abreast of recent developments in workforce development funding opportunities. And then here, partner like-minded quantum champions to accelerate the industry. So here we have the quantum champions. We are looking at the quantum hidden champions, right? And here we have the quantum champions. Some more information as well as the newsletter down here. Now going up here again, we see that there is a membership opportunity. So here you can find information about the membership, as well as about the consortium itself, which of course we are going to check out at the very end. Then we see here TACS, so Technical Advisory Committees. Then there's also events coming up, and we will check out the event calendar in a second. Press releases, publications, quantum marketplace, where I guess all the members are showing their products, and then jobs in quantum. So let's quickly check out the events. So here we go to the calendar that is provided by them. And I'm recording this at the end of 2025, so in December 2025. And you can see they're actually very active here. So we see here the executive TAC meeting from this technical advisory board, which is taking place mid of December. So this is to come still. Then there's also the Quantum for National Security General Meeting, Quantum Policy, and so on and so forth. So these are all future events within the next couple of weeks. Then we see January 2026. So these are events to come early next year. So these are all the events that will happen in the future. And probably if you go back here, then you can see, for example, the events that have happened in November. So that looks like a very active community on this list here. Besides that, there is also this event library, which I guess lists all the past events. So you see here, there's like recorded events, which you can also look into. You see, for example, Quantum Marketplace Professional Services for Quantum, leading voices from top professional services companies will share their expertise, strategies, and so on. So there's something about quantum algorithms and many, many others. So I think this is probably very interesting and valuable content. Some of that is also locked. So I guess you only get access if you are a member of the here it also says members only. So some of these are only accessible if you become a member of this society. Besides that, there are also some publications, and I also want to quickly look into those or show these, because I think it's also valuable to see what they have in terms of publications offered here, just so you see how broad actually the range of what they deliver is. So you see, for example, here, connecting the dots, quantum learning through experiential activities and practice. So that's of course something that is always very near and dear to what we are doing here as well, right? So when it comes to learning, offering learning experiences, I think it's very important to include people and give people access to this new world of the second quantum revolution. But there's also something that is more, let's say, on the business side. So you see here the market forecast 2025 from earlier this year, so March 2025, as well as the market forecast for example, quantum sensing, because as discussed before, the technologies are not only about computing, there's also communication and sensing, and there's like a dedicated report available here as well as quantum computing and artificial intelligence use cases. So if you want to learn more about what you can actually do in terms of use cases, then you will find some information here. And there are some other reports from the years before available as well. And some of that is also, let's say, very focused. So for example, here you see NV diamond materials for quantum systems. So this is really focusing on the NV centers, on the NV center type of technology. If you don't know about that and don't know what this is, I recommend you to check out the Hidden Champions playlist on this YouTube channel, because we have already featured a company that is using these NV centers here to build sensors. So definitely very interesting. If you don't know what it is, go check it out. Now enough about the self-advertisement. Let's quickly jump back into the header here and check out the marketplace, because I think that's probably also interesting for all of us to see how it actually looks like. So here's the marketplace rider, and what are you in the market for? So here you see the different layers. So there's the software layer, the services layer, the hardware components, the end users, and the applications and systems. So for example, for us, as we are looking into the Hidden Champions, I think the hardware components are very interesting. And I think it's a bit, not sure if that is working well here, but you can see there's like cryogenics, electronic, microwave technology, and then I guess you can see probably, I'm not sure if this is actually, let's quickly see, is it? Yeah, I think it's like sorting down here the videos. So if you, for example, say you want to see only cryogenics related things, okay, then it shows you these videos here. Video recordings of sessions about cryo for quantum and cryogenic technologies. And these two sessions that are focusing on this specific topic. And then, of course, down here you see the list of companies that are active in this space. Some of them we've already seen in previous Hidden Champions series, like, for example, Blue Force, I think, was already on the channel. So and that's probably what it looks like. Let's quickly also check out another one. Let's say in the soft consulting layer. Let's take the consulting layer as another example. So here we see Quantum Marketplace webinar, the potential of quantum networking. And then here regarding quantum computing, and down here we see the companies that are active in consulting about quantum technologies. And there we see, of course, companies like Deloitte that are very well known consulting companies, but also companies that are, let's say, active in the quantum space and that have a consulting type of branch, like, for example, D-Wave, that helps people to identify use cases. Same for, I guess, Inflection, to identify use cases that can then basically be executed in case of D-Wave, for example. And there are annealing systems. But consulting can probably also take into account, I don't know, product consulting, like in case of Oxford Instruments, if you want to buy a fridge and a cryostat from them to learn what type of products they have available. And you see there's many, many more down here. Okay, with that we have checked out very quickly the marketplace. And then we, as always, also need to quickly check out the About Us tab. So who is actually the QEDC? About QEDC, Unlocking the Power of Quantum. We are a global coalition of professionals, businesses, and public institutions that want to harness quantum technology for the greater good. This incredible blend of doing good and driving economic growth draws our members together. Our mission, the mission of QEDC, is to grow the quantum economy through community building and collaboration. The vision is QEDC views quantum technology as transformative, practical, and common. Then quickly about how big is this consortium actually? So how many people are actually companies are already are part of this. So here we see it written in numbers. So there are 250 member companies, university and government partners, and I guess here's a full list of them. 39 countries where corporations are eligible for membership, and then 36 reports written and released through member collaborations, and we've seen some of these reports previously. Then quickly on the history, so how did it actually initiate, where does it come from? As part of the federal strategy for advancing information science and as called for the National Quantum Initiative Act in 2018, the Quantum Economic Development Consortium, QEDC, emerged in 2019 with support from the National Institute of Standards and Technology, NIST, which is the famous American institute. As the premier industry consortium dedicated to advancing quantum technologies, QEDC was established with the vision of fostering collaboration between businesses, research institutions, and government agencies. Since then, QEDC has played a crucial role in shaping industry standards, supporting cutting-edge research, and cultivating a robust quantum ecosystem. Today, QEDC is managed by SRI and has support from multiple agencies and a diverse set of industry, academic, and other stakeholders. Through strategic partnerships and a commitment to innovation, we continue to lead the way in developing quantum solutions that address global challenges and unlock new opportunities for technological advancement. And then, of course, as per usual, there's a way to sign in for the newsletter. Now I quickly need to check what SRI is. Usually this is where the video would stop, but I actually don't know what SRI is, so I need to check this one quickly back. So SRI, we create and deliver world-changing solutions for safer, healthier, and more sustainable future. So SRI, an independent non-profit R&D institute with deep roots in Silicon Valley, with a nearly 80-year legacy of technologies, research, and ideas have had a profound impact on every one of our lives, at home, at work, at school, and at play. Our diverse teams work in locations from coast to coast, so in the US, right, and in Tokyo, collaborate across fields and disciplines, and take an integrated approach to supporting our government and commercial clients and addressing some of the world's greatest challenges. Okay, so as we see, it's an independent non-profit R&D institute with deep roots in Silicon Valley. Okay, Well, with that, I think we are already at the end of today's video, which was probably a bit shorter than some of the others, but QEDC, definitely an interesting address to check out, especially if you want to learn more about the quantum ecosystem, and you can be 100% sure that there will be more members of this list of these 250 companies covered also on this YouTube channel. So if you don't want to miss out on another one, then make sure to subscribe. As always, stay hydrated and see you in the next one. Bye bye.